We all know that water can be very dangerous. It can be a powerful force that can wipe out whole cities. Floods are one of the scariest things that can happen in nature, and the worst floods in history have killed millions of people. Floods kill many people, but they are not the only cause of death. A lot of people die because of what happens after the flood. In the past, many flood victims died of starvation or diseases spread by contaminated water. In today's video, we will share with you the top 5 most dangerous floods in human history. So without any delay, let's dive in. Number 5, 2022 Vietnam Flood. On the 2nd of October, 2022, Vietnam experienced one of the worst floods on record. It left many parts of the country submerged and caused significant destruction to homes and businesses. The flood was triggered by heavy rains brought about by an intense monsoon season in the region. The rain caused rivers to overflow and flooding to occur in many areas. As of October 25, 2022, at least 106 people have died and 77 are missing as a result of these flash floods. More than $62 million in damage has been reported. Around 1.6 million people have been affected by the floods, with nearly 200,000 houses damaged or destroyed. 96,000 hectares of crops have been inundated and more than 15,000 livestock killed. The government is still trying to assess the full extent of the damage, but it is estimated that the cost will be in the billions of dollars. This is a huge blow to the Vietnamese economy, which is already struggling. Number 4, 2023 Peru Flood. On February 3, 2023, Peru experienced devastating flooding that destroyed homes and displaced thousands of people. This flooding was caused by a combination of intense rainfall and an overflowing river, leading to widespread destruction and disruption throughout the country. The Peru flood was caused by a prolonged period of heavy rains. This led to the overflowing of rivers and the creation of large amounts of runoff. Additionally, some areas experienced landslides, which added to the flooding. In the aftermath of the Peru flood, many people are left without homes and struggling to rebuild their lives. The death toll is still unknown, but it is estimated that over 1,000 people have died and tens of thousands have been displaced. More than 60% of the country's infrastructure has been destroyed, leaving roads and bridges impassable. The United Nations has launched a $40 million appeal to help those affected by the floods. The Peruvian Red Cross is also working to provide relief and assistance to those in need. The Peru flood of February 3, 2023 was an event that affected many locals in the area. The destruction caused by the flooding has been devastating and will take a lot of time to repair. However, with the help of volunteers, donations, and government assistance, we can continue to rebuild this beautiful country back to its former glory. Number 3, 2022 Las Vegas Flood. On July 29, 2022, Las Vegas was devastated by a flood that caused massive destruction and loss of life. There are many theories as to what caused the Great Flood of Las Vegas, Nevada. Some say that a dam broke, while others claim that it was due to heavy rains. However, the most likely cause of the flood was a massive earthquake that struck the area. This quake caused a huge wave to crash into the city, causing widespread damage and flooding. According to the National Weather Service, more than 4 inches of rain fell in some areas within just a few hours. The resulting flooding quickly overwhelmed storm drains and led to waterlogged streets and neighborhoods. In addition to the heavy rains, strong winds toppled trees and power lines, leading to widespread power outages. Nearly 30,000 customers were without power in the Las Vegas area. The floodwaters also caused significant damage to businesses and homes. In one neighborhood, water rose so quickly that it stranded cars on top of a parking garage. In another part of town, a large sinkhole opened up in the middle of a busy street. In the aftermath of the flood, people were left to fend for themselves. Many lost their homes and all their belongings. Some had to walk for miles to find food and water. Others were lucky enough to be rescued by boat or helicopter, but everyone was affected by the disaster in some way. Number 2, 2022 Florida flood. The September flood in Florida was caused by a perfect storm of events. A low-pressure system in the Gulf of Mexico combined with a high-pressure system over the Atlantic Ocean to create strong winds and waves. These winds and waves battered Florida's coastline for days, causing severe damage to homes and businesses. In addition, the heavy rains associated with the low-pressure system caused flooding inland. Some areas received over 20 inches of rain, leading to dangerous conditions. The flood affected people in many ways. Some people were stranded in their homes, unable to leave because of the high water. Others were forced to evacuate their homes and stay with friends or family. Some people lost everything they owned in the flood. There are a few things that could have been done to prevent the flood in Florida. Firstly, the state could have better prepared for the hurricane by evacuating people in high-risk areas and preparing infrastructure. Secondly, once the hurricane hit, the state could have managed the water levels better by releasing water from reservoirs slowly and deliberately instead of all at once. Lastly, after the flooding had occurred, the state could have responded more quickly and effectively to help people in need. The long-term effects of the flood will be felt for years to come. The infrastructure of the state has been damaged, and it will take a lot of money and time to repair it. The flooding in Florida on September 28, 2022 was an event that affected thousands of people and caused extensive damage. While the state is still recovering from the disaster, understanding what happened and how to better prepare for future floods can help prevent similar events from occurring again in the future. And number 1, 2021 Turkish floods.
Allah felaket, şuna bak şuna.
In August 2021, a series of thunderstorms in northern Turkey that started on August 7th and lasted until August 14th caused a lot of flooding and landslides in the Black Sea region of Turkey. In some places, the water got as high as 4 meters or 13 feet. The floods have been called the worst in Turkey's history. At least 81 people died in the floods and about 228 more were hurt. More than 1,800 people were forced to leave their homes, and many people had to be rescued from rooftops. There was major damage to at least 454 buildings, according to reports. Bridges were also damaged or destroyed, and this had a big effect on the infrastructure of many towns. Experts say that Turkey's floods are getting worse because of urbanization and climate change, but they don't agree on how much each factor is to blame. As a response to the floods, the government started a disaster relief campaign, which has been criticized for using donations instead of taxpayer money. The provinces that were hurt were declared disaster areas, and those who were hurt got money to help them. Alright everyone, we've come to the end of our video. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to keep up with our latest videos. And we'll see you next time.